I'm back, people, with part 2 of me tier ranking all 50 romance mangas that I read in 2024. And if you want to know more about the tier ranking system or what type of mangas will be included in this video, please go to part 1 or look at the description box because I will include all of that information down below. And I just want to get right into the video, so I'm going to scooch over. And this is how we left off part 1. I'm pretty happy with it. I did mention that I'm quite shocked how many is in my Roman Empire, but some of them belong in multiple tiers. Here are the rest of the 25 mangas that I read in 2024, and let's get into the tier ranking. So we're starting off with the Savers Book Cafe in Another World. This is so fluffy. It's so cute. I mean, guys, it has a setting of it being on this fantasy magical world, and she works and lives her life in a freaking bookshop that's also a cafe. She's living the dream, people. She's living the dream. And she ends up falling in love with this knight, and this knight falls in love with her. It's fluffy, it's cute, it's everything you want. I wish I could live her life. It's got magic, mages, etc., a kingdom. It's got a bit of royal politics in there. I mean, it's got a bit of everything. Now we have Love is Hard for an Otaku. For me, this is no faults, just vibes. It was, because every chapter reads like a one-shot, so the story wasn't very fluid for me. And I did really like the main characters. Okay, they're both geeky, they're both into games. He is a smoker, he's moody, cold, and then she is fluffy, ditzy, and bubbly. I mean, so many of these are like that because it's one of my favourite little tropes, like, between the two characters. But they are that to a T. There's also side characters which are so funny and cute. It's office place romance. And it's just really easy to follow. You can pick it up even if you haven't read it for months and still know what's going on because, yeah, like I said, each chapter reads like a one-shot. So it's insanely easy. You don't have to think about it, and the vibes are funny and high, so read it. Then we have Almighty X10, and I'm also putting this in No Thoughts, Just Vibes because there's some things that happen in this where if you think too much about it, you're going to be like, this doesn't make sense. This is ridiculous. Where's the plot? So don't do that. Turn that brain off and go into it for the vibes. How do I set this up? The first chapter is set at Christmas, and she ends up having a man pop out of nowhere and helping her and giving her the best Christmas ever. Then she's like, I need to thank him. And then she hunts for him and ends up going off to another island. And there's this elite school of people that train to always help people. I don't even know if I'm describing that okay, but that is literally it. And it's about her trying to find this guy. And it sounds like there must be some magic involved because they literally pop out of thin air. And if there's no magic involved, how is this possible? This is what I mean. Don't think about it. Don't. I am on to volume 2, so I'm still really early on, and I'm enjoying it. It's got some funny vibes. It's funny. She's really cute. I hardly know anything about him because she hasn't found him yet. Haru's Curse. I think about this daily. I think about this on the daily, and it's binge worthy. I mean, it's only 2 volumes. You can binge this in a couple of hours. It's phenomenal. Think of this. She is gonna get with her dead sister's fiance. That's the vibe, people, okay? They're introverts, they're awkward. I don't want to give any more away because it will give up the story, and I've babbled and babbled about this on another video because it did make my top 10 romance mangas that I read in 2024. So that's what I'm giving you here. It's a bit twisted. You don't want to love them, but you do. It's a bit wrong, but right. That is what I'm leaving you with, okay? Now, the ice guy and the cool girl. This is fluffy as hell. Again, this is a bit similar to Love is Hard for an Otaku because every volume or every chapter reads like a one-shot. However, the fluff, every single chapter, I am left blushing, I'm wanting more. Picture this, office place romance, but he is a supernatural being, so he controls the weather with his emotions, and the weather is ice. and cold and snow. And she is a bit of an awkward, quiet, straight-faced, moody-looking female main character, but then actually she is really cute and fluffy when she does little things for him, like those two together. Again, they're both introverts. If you like introvert love stories, this is that. And obviously it's got that supernatural element to it as well, so it adds a lot of humour to the story. Just read it, people. You are gonna love this. Then we have Kami-sama Kiss. I have to caveat before tier ranking this, I've only read volume 1, okay? So I still have a lot to read. And where I am right now, it's going in no thoughts, just vibes. That's not a bad tier, people, but I know this will be promoted as I read on. It's just not giving me fluffiness right now. It's giving me great laughs, really funny, but nothing more. Again, cold, moody main character, and then she's a bit of a badass actually. She's a badass, stands on her own 2 feet. She's a really hard worker, female main character, and she's got some wit, and he is kind of has to be a servant to her because of situations that happen in the manga. If I had to persuade you to read this, I'd say good supernatural romance, and I think it gets a bit emotional. What I've read online, like, it gets intense. It's got some great storylines. It's not just blah. There is stuff to it. This is why I think it will be improved from No Thoughts, Just Vibes, but it's not giving me anything else after volume 1. So please don't tear my head off in the comment section. Now, Sweet Rein. This is the perfect thing to read at Christmas. Please, if you do anything at Christmas, read this. And this is fluffy goodness. It gave me the vibes. It gave me that Christmas serotonin hit that I needed during December. Oh my goodness. She is Santa Claus. He is reindeer. And they're paired together and they have to do Christmas with each other every year. But then during the year they can split if they want to, but they decide to stay together. And it's a slow burn romance. He's obsessed with her, he falls first. If you like master and servant romance, this is that. She doesn't really abuse it though. Like, she could order him to do anything. She doesn't do that. I mean, all the time, unless he's really bugging her, then she's like, go away, and he flies off. It's hilarious. Read it at Christmas or any other time. But this has quite a few volumes, actually. I love it. Now we have QQ Sweeper. Again, I've only read the first 4 or 5 volumes, and then it switched to QQ Sweeper or Queen's Quality, or the other way around. Like, the name changed and it had a bit of a rebrand, and it started at volume 1 again. So I've only read it before the rebrand. And even though I haven't binged it, it is going in. I think about this daily because I actually do. I just need the time to sit down and binge it because there's many volumes. It is set at school. It's a bit supernaturally. They sweep away bad thoughts and creatures, so they make rooms tidy so the bad thoughts and the creatures can't grow. It's a bit dark, it's a bit creepy, but then the male lead is a very caring, actually, quite a sweet guy, and he's not afraid to show his emotions and cry. And then our girl, she looks like that ditzy, like, fairy dairy jokey character, but when push comes to shove, she is a badass. She knows what she's doing. And I love them. I love them. You have to read this. And I need to read it. I know I'm going to absolutely eat it up so bad. Then, In Too Deep, Our Halloween Diner. No, that's not right. It's Our Hallowed Diner because it's set at Christmas. Come on, Ashley. Right, I'm putting this in No Thoughts, Just Vibes. And I will caveat that this does have cheating in. Like, one of the main characters, one of the guys, he does cheat on his boyfriend, and that's why he's a bit down because they're broken up, etc. But then the other guy comes into the picture in this diner. They're like strangers meeting and they end up having dinner together, and it's Christmas. But then you find out a lot more about this other character. It is actually so good. I finished that one shot being like, damn, I was vibing with it so much. I was like, please give me more, give me a manga series. But I do have to caveat, there is cheating. So I don't love one of the guys, but then I do love the ending and I love the premises and the art is cool. He's a bit of a singer. You're gonna love this, read it. Now, Firefly Wedding. I think about this daily, it's amazing. It's also a yandere romance, so this main character has an obsession, obsessed to an unhealthy degree to our female main character. So if you love that, you are gonna absolutely die at this. It's so good, please read this. You got to do it. It's toxic, but so toxic you love it. You get obsessed with it. He literally kills everyone, here, there, and everywhere. He's an assassin. And then she's like a noble woman being kidnapped. And then he kidnaps her and she tricks him into marrying him. It's complex, people, but it's great. There's also another guy. She's got a hunky best friend bodyguard who is like stacked. I hope I've sold that to you. Now, Game Between the Suits. God, this had potential, but it's going in. It gave us nothing. It was insanely mid. Office place romance, friends with benefits. The female main character is obsessed with work and doesn't really care about romance or being with a guy, but she needs to get her fix. I mean, she wants to be intimate. And then a male main character who comes into the picture and is basically like, I know what you want, let's just do friends with Ben's. And they start it up. And it's about their love story. It just, it was insanely mid. Like, it wasn't good, it wasn't bad. It just was. I haven't picked it up in ages. I will finish the series, but yeah, it's a bit blah. Oh no, and then we have another one. Kira-kun Today. You know what? I really enjoyed this. Did I really enjoy it? I enjoyed it when I read it, but when I put it down, I was never gagged to pick it back up. So it's going in. It gave us nothing. And this is actually quite a heartfelt manga. Like, now that I think about it, it has got emotional depth. This boy is dying. He's got like a year left to live, but he's always been a bit of a bully and a horrible person. And then the girl is like his next door neighbor and her mum's being like, you need to look after him. And it's about them getting to know each other and helping each other through bad times. There's also a really cool parrot who can speak and he's in it. He's like her sidekick. I'm not won over. At the same time, I'm a bit scared to pick it back up because I actually don't want him to die. I think I would get really emotional at that. So does it deserve to be that far down? But it's not no thoughts. I mean, you do have to think. Your brain is on. That's what I mean. But it's not, I think about this daily. It's not like that. It's very in the back burner. So it is very mid. It's a midi manga. And if you want a bit of an emotional school life, give this a go. Now I'm in Love. Okay, this is the same author as Wolf Girl Black Prince. They did a complete 180 and created this fluffy goodness. Am I putting it in fluffy goodness or I think about this daily? I think fluffy goodness, it has to be there. This is everything you want if you want an unproblematic manga. If you want to read something where they enter into a relationship, their relationship and love for each other grows, like they're not obsessed with each other at the start, they just start going out. There's not really any problems, there's not much drama. He treats her well, she treats him well, but I'm telling you, it's so freaking cute. If you want to read a healthy relationship that's got great cutesy moments in that will make your heart flutter, will give you a big hug, it's good for the soul, please read this. Oh my goodness. Next, we've got Kira-kun Only Has Eyes for Me. What am I gonna do? Again, I think it's gonna have to go in fluffy goodness. Okay, if you like fashion and designer, you have to read this. He's a fashion designer. She's his muse. He is grumpy and cold, mysterious. Who is he? What's going on in his head? She is someone that wants to break free of her mundane life. She wants a bit of differentness. She wants to put herself out there. Now she's his muse, model. She's getting the attention and he's creating the attention for her. Read it. Read this. It's also a school life, like most of these. And she is just so adorable and loving and cute and wholesome. But then there's also another guy, so watch out for him. Ran the Peerless Beauty. I feel so bad here. I feel really bad, and I'm putting it in, it gave us nothing. This was like a very mediocre community doke, and I feel awful. I think if I read this first, I would rank this higher, but this gave me nothing, and in all honesty, I got so bored. And this was one where they take so long to get together. You know what, if it takes that long for them to get together, I really need something. Do you know what I mean? I need something to keep me going here. I need something to keep me gripped, and nothing kept me gripped. I don't know. It was just a very simple school life with a girl who likes to do gardening. She's quiet, she's studious, and then the guy, he's a bit popular, but then he works in a flower shop and he's really good at arranging flowers. I guess that's what's a bit different. Flower man, gardener at school, fall in love. If that sounds up your street, please do give this a go. Like, I don't mean to crap on it so much. It was a bit mid for me. Now we have, yes, 365 days to the wedding. This is phenomenal, people. I don't know where to put this. It's not my Roman Empire yet. I'm on volume 7 or 8. So it could be my potential Roman Empire, but let's put it in. I think about this daily. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm obsessed. I'm addicted. I love these two characters. Think about this. 2 introverts. He's got a cat. She's got loads of maps. Boom. They have to then enter into an arranged marriage, like a fake marriage of convenience, so that they get to stay and not get shipped off to another work office in another country. Because I didn't mention this is an office place romance. The serotonin hit you get when our main girl, what is she called again? Rika, when she smiles or she has an overthinking moment, it's everything to me. It's everything. It fills me with so much love and joy. And then our guy, Takuya, he is the perfect person for her because he's patient, he's kind. Is this Roman Empire, people? No, keep it in the think about it daily. Next, we've got Perfect World. I would put this in my Roman Empire. That's the thing, the romance is phenomenal. It's top tier, but it's not my Roman Empire. And I am gonna put it in, I think about this daily. The journey these two go through is amazing. This is a disability romance. If you like childhood friend romance, this is that, because they used to be friends in school. They didn't talk for years, and then bam, they meet up again at work. He is now disabled. This is a new thing. It's because of an accident, and it's about their love story, and it is rocky. It is hard, and that's why it's not my Roman Empire, because I'm telling you, this crushed me to a different degree. I cried every single volume, and I binged this. I binged this in like 3 days, and there's so many volumes. I don't know how I did it. My whole world was them, and it ruined me. So, in my opinion, the romance is amazing, but the overall story is too soul-destroying for it to be a Roman Empire for me. Ooh, A Condition Called Love. For me, I'm really early on still. I'm on volume 2. And at the moment, it's no thoughts, just vibes. I'm not really in love with the characters. It's not giving me nothing. There is stuff there. There's more there than nothing. But to me, I've had no fluffiness, no giddiness, no feelings. This is a trial relationship romance. I think he's a bit of a dark character. There's a bit more to him. She is someone that doesn't know what romance is. So you could say this is a teach me romance trope, because she's basically dating him to learn the feelings of romance and relationships. Whereas he is completely obsessed with her. Like, obsessed, people. So if you want that, this is that. Now, my older sister's friend is annoying. This is going in mid. It gave us nothing. This has so much potential. I mean, literally, he's a younger brother and he falls for his older sister's best friend. And she always calls him little bro. He gets annoyed and he's like, see me as a man. And it's about them and their relationship. It's just not giving me anything. It really didn't wow me, in all honesty. But if you like that trope, I mean, yeah, age gap. I only think it's like a year. Obviously, falling in love with your older sister's best friend is a bit like, what is it called? Forbidden. You know, you shouldn't do it. He tries to be a bit of a cool guy. She's a cool girl though. If that's ticking some boxes, give it a go. Now, Jesus, no. We have Defying Kurosaki-kun. This is a crime. No. Again, if you like bully romance, it's another one for you, my friends. But he is an absolute a-hole. And he pushes and he is a bit of... He pushes boundaries. What's the word? He advances on her without permission. There we go. To put it lightly. And it's just blown over. Again, this is a love triangle. This girl, she moves into a dormitory house. So there's boys and girls there. And she likes the goody two-shoes guy. And then his best friend is the absolute a-hole that keeps bullying her. And it's about her having feelings for the nice one, but then I think she ends up falling for the horrible one. And then the same thing happens. I think both of them end up liking her. Yeah. Kira-kun, no, I love you. This has the potential to be fluffy goodness, but where I am right now, I'm just vibing with it. I am vibing hardcore. I have some question marks about the guy. This is older guy, younger girl by 1 year. They knew each other when they were young. So if you like that trope, this is that. She really wants a boyfriend. He's like, tries to set up with someone else. That ends up failing. And then he's like, okay, I don't mind going out with you. But then I think he has feelings for her. But he's palming it off as he doesn't. And he's just going out with her for the sake of it. But I'm telling you now, these guys are stylish. I love the artwork and the drawing. It's a school life. I think he's a bit of a red flag, but I'm loving it. I don't know. It's good. I'm there for the vibes, people. I'm not there for the thick plot. I just want to know what's going on in their head. But I am here. I am here for this thick plot. It never stops giving. And that is the fragrant flower blooms with dignity. And if you know me, you know where this goes. My Roman Empire. If you want to read a love story between a tall king and a short queen, do it. He looks like a delinquent, but he's actually a cutesy, fluffy guy. And then the girl, she is a fluffy, lovable, oh, so smiley and energetic, but she's got things going on at home. Girl, and she loves pastries. And he's a freaking pastry chef. I mean... please. Plus, if you like a love story, that's school life setting, which has a lot of characters and a lot of side characters going on, and you get to know everyone in the story, this is this. It's very good. Please do read this. Then the Chiochi speciality, Tengu's love. I think it gives us nothing, or this is a crime. Because she's a Tengu, and she's older, and she meets the male lead when he's literally a toddler. And this toddler's like, I'm gonna marry you. And she's literally obsessed with that. Even through to when he's older and adult. And she's like, well, you made a promise to basically be with me. So you know what? It's giving me, you're a criminal. You're a bit of a, you know. However, like she is a mythological creature. And there is some funny moments. Oh, I kind of want to crime it. But it is mid. It's not like it's bad. But yeah, I have to put it in. This is a crime. I would have put it in. It gave us nothing. If it wasn't for her meeting him when he was 5 and then holding on to his love. Like, girl, please just grow up. Okay, we're going from one extreme to the other. We're going to Yakuza Fiance. Phenomenal. 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 If you like mafia romance, please read this. You will not be disappointed. If you like psychotic, crazy male lead, he is psycho. You're gonna love this. If you like a female main character who's strong, I mean like strong-willed, like mentally, and she can stand up for herself, she's a bit cray-cray, and she's the granddaughter of a mafia group, you're gonna love it. This is an arranged marriage, but then she has a lot of say. She doesn't have to marry him. And there's a lot of mafia politics. There's stuff going on behind closed doors. There's also a best friend that she has at home who always wants to protect her. He's in the picture. There's another psycho that comes into the picture that wants to kill her. Everything goes on in this, okay? It's a bit gory, but it's great. It's amazing. I love them. Yoshino, I'm obsessed with you. Girl, I can't get enough of her. I really can't. And I'm warming to Kirishima. I actually do really like him. I think he gets too much slack online, but I've said that before in a video, so I'm going to stop there. Now, the 50th manga, the last manga of today's video is, if that's the case, then I'll do it. This is a spicy manga, and I cannot put this in anywhere but this is a crime, because I think it's so freaking weird. They're both adults. She's 29 and she works in this building, and then she falls for the boss who is older, and he's basically like, I'm not gonna touch you until you're 30. And you find out that it's because her dad knows about the relationship and he is obsessed with her not being with someone before she's 30. Like, the dad is a freaking weirdo. He is a weirdo. Why is he involved in her relationship? But then she's the pushy one. Yeah, she wants it. And she's a bit like, if you can't touch me, that doesn't mean I can't touch you. And I'll leave it at that. So here is the end result. To be fair, I'm really shocked, actually, that No Thoughts Just Vibe is the winning tier. That doesn't mean these mangas aren't good. I must stress that so freaking much. They're great, great mangas. I'm very happy with the I Think About This Daily. Every single one of them is binge-worthy. They're phenomenal mangas. My Roman Empires are top tier. You must read these. Please do. They are amazing. They're iconic. They're elites. The fluffy goodness. If you want that serotonin hit, if you want to be giggling and smiling, please read all of those. Then It Gave Us Nothing and This Is a Crime. It's up to you. Go into these with caution. I warned you. Let me know how you go if you do read them. But I'm really happy with how this turned out. If you've read any of these, let me know your thoughts and feelings. Are you going to start reading any of these? Let me know in the comment section. And I really hope you had a good time. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it. I'm going to leave you here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, guys.